Today, I want to tell you a story. Today, I want to tell you a story about a friend of mine named David. David works as a data analyst, surrounded by the steady hum of computers and the rhythmic clacking of keyboards in a cramped office cubicle. His life is dominated by numbers and charts, precise, predictable, and to be honest, pretty dull. David, in his early 30s, is a reserved guy, which suits his meticulous work. But outside his structured world of data, he's been feeling increasingly isolated. 6 months ago, David's life took a hard turn with the sudden passing of his sister, Laura. She was the vibrant splash of color against the grey backdrop of his everyday existence. An artist full of life and creativity, Laura used to fill David's routine with her passionate stories about her latest art projects and gallery openings. Since their weekly phone calls were the highlight of his week, a welcome escape from his monochrome reality. Now, the silence in his apartment every evening is almost unbearable, filled only with the ticking of the clock and the distant noises of the city. One rainy evening, while David was going through some of Laura's things, he found her computer still stored with audio files of her talking about her artwork. Listening to her voice again, so full of excitement and ideas, sparked something in David. It got him thinking. What if there was a way to keep her voice alive? Not just in recordings, but in real interactive ways? Driven by this thought, David started looking into AI voice cloning technology. He discovered that with enough audio samples, it was possible to create a digital version of Laura's voice that could do more than just play back old recordings. It could interact in new ways. Though the idea of it was both thrilling and a bit daunting, David decided to give it a go. He uploaded Laura's audio files and engaged with specialists to create an interactive clone of her voice. When the process was complete, David interacted with the cloned voice for the first time. It was surreal to hear Laura's voice not just repeating past conversations, but responding to him in the present. He set up the system to read the emails he typed, comment on his attempts at art, and sometimes just chat. It was like having her back in the room, her voice filling the space with warmth and familiarity once more. David's home transformed from a place of silence to one filled with ongoing conversation and the strokes of brushes on canvas. Through the wonders of technology, Laura's vibrant spirit continued to inspire him, helping him paint a new chapter of his life. One filled with creativity, color, and the comforting sound of a voice he thought was lost forever. This story of David and the AI voice clone of his sister Laura opens up a broader discussion on the moral and ethical implications of such technologies. As we witness the comfort and renewed inspiration that voice cloning can bring, we must also ponder the potential consequences and responsibilities that accompany its use. Should there be limits on how and who can use voice cloning technology? What measures should be in place to ensure that the voices of the deceased are used respectfully and with consent from their families? How do we balance the benefits of such technology in alleviating grief or loneliness with the risk of delaying the natural process of mourning and moving on? This video was made using 11 Labs for the AI voice cloning technology. And I also use udio.com to do the audio, to do the background music, and ChatGPT to write the script for this. And the reason why I've produced this video is that I wanted to see what was possible using just AI. And I made this video because I wanted to explore the idea of AI voice and how it can help us connect with loved ones, connect with those we miss, the moral questions around using AI in this way, and using the technology of voice cloning to have a connection to those that perhaps we can't speak to anymore. It's not the same, obviously, as having a person with you, but it is an interesting idea sort of to connect, and a stronger sort of memory that you might have, instead of these days, we've got a lot of photos and videos and things like that, but it's very difficult to interact with the people in those places. And of course, if you're interacting with AI, it's not the person that you've lost or that you miss, but it is somehow helping you connect with them in that sort of little way. I don't know. It's something which we're going to have to keep exploring more. So I wanted to make this video and just to start the conversation with you and to hear what you think about this technology and whether you can see other uses for it that are similarly powerful uses apart from just, replacing voice in a video or helping you to do video editing or something like that, or translation or all the other uses that we have for AI voice, which I mean is very exciting, but doesn't carry the same kind of emotional, moral, sort of ethical questions around it. It does have other sorts of questions. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And thank you so much for watching. This is the first video I've done that is this kind of style. And I'd really love to hear if this is useful for you, or if, maybe I should stick to tutorial videos and those sorts of things. But thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Okay, cheers.